Alrighty, good morning everybody, and welcome back to another Bullish Bears live stream. It is Monday. I'm your host, Kevin Dubrisky. You guys could follow me on Instagram at TradingWithKev. We're going to go over some markets today, some market movers, some key levels, some fundamentals, and everything else in between to find the best trade setups we can find. Can't believe it's December 1st. That is absolutely wild. Let me share my screen so the Discord community could see it as well, because that would be helpful. Wonderful. And let's get started on gold. Gold is a big one. Then we'll make our way to the NASDAQ. First thing I want to point out on something like gold is going to be this major key level right here. And I'm going to make it a different color so it sticks out a little bit. I'm even going to dash it. So again, it sticks out for me. The reason this is such a key level, and I called it major, and in parentheses I wrote S_H. This is a major swing high. So we didn't fail it, we broke it. So on that break, what's happening is we're trying to create new higher highs. Off of that, we're also trying to make higher lows, higher low, higher low. So this shows me gold is back in that strong bull trend again. Why is the market dump? No news. I think we did have a little news. I think we had something come out. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Pre-market, overnight, we had a little bit of a sell-off last night. Let's see what could have impacted that. Good morning, Lil AR. What's going on, man? Any high-impact news that happened last night? Or you know what we can do, too? Come over to market, backtest fundamentals, and we could click this area over here, and it'll tell us what happened. Ready? Let's see. Analyzing market data for this time period, price action, volume. Let's see. Recent Bank of Japan hawkish signals caused global FX volatility, so that's overnight market right there. Look at that, man. How cool is that? We got our answer. We didn't have to go, oh, well, maybe this happened. To do our research. Market just told us what happened. Recent Bank of Japan hawkish signals. So I wouldn't expect that to have the longest lasting impact on our markets, the US markets. China manufacturing PMI misses expectation, signaling weakness. U.S. data blackout ahead of Fed meeting limits new catalysts. What data blackout, though? Because I'm pretty sure we're good now. Markets awaiting key U.S. ISM and ADP reports. Alright, let's see. So yeah, man, there's our answer to that. Why did we get the sell-off overnight? Was the Bank of Japan, really? Let's see. So let's see ES. We'll start with ES then since we're on it. Let's find some key levels, supply, demand, and everything else in between. Let's see. Daily time frame. I always like to start on the daily, get a bit of an idea of what's been going on. And what we see right off the bat, what I see right off the bat, is look at all this buying. Since Friday, when the Feds shifted back dovish, we've been bullish. So overnight, yeah, sure, we wicked lower, but I'm not expecting this to hold. I am looking for buyers to bring our way back higher. So that's something I'm looking for on the ES today, right? And unless we can get some type of economic or geopolitical news that says otherwise, like a catalyst for US markets, then I am going to be bullish. We get many. Awesome. Did you guys see market updated their catalysts, their what's impacting? So market has this pretty cool tab right here. Market's open in 10 minutes. We got a little time. So what's impacting tab? Let me just clean this up real quick. So let's see. Scroll. So right now we're on ES intraday. We could do ES intraday or we could do ES higher time frame, and it gives us the higher time frame and intraday of the S&P. So right now it gives us some higher targets, lower targets, and right over here, intraday bias on ES, slightly bullish. Why? December Fed rate cut firmly priced in markets at 90% probability. I just want to check our Fed watch and make sure that is still the case. 87%. Yeah, we're bullish today, man. We're just looking for that buying opportunity. However, Bank of Japan governor, not going to even try, Iuda signaled December rate hike consideration. Oh, so December rate hike. They're bringing their rates higher in Japan. Strengthening yen and creating cross-asset headwinds. Global manufacturing PMI deteriorating. EU is lower. Germany is lower. France is lower. China is lower for 8 consecutive months. Guys, again, that's not something I'm going to find easy information online. That's information that I'm getting right here, right from market, that you guys can get too. Very important information, right? This gives me an idea of how the global markets are looking, right? How is the global economy looking? And that's not too strong. Obviously, probably having AI taking a lot of positions, taking care of a lot of things that no longer need possible manufacturing, or whatever the case may be, right? Manufacturing PMI due today at Do we have PMI today? We'll see. And they updated it. So before it was like 4 or 5 bubbles, and then the list of those. But now we have what's supporting the bias and what could change the bias. So what's supporting the bias, obviously, is December rate cuts firmly priced into the market. That's strong. That's people buying into the market because December rate cuts are being priced in, right? We hear the term priced in very often. A lot of people are like, well, what's that even mean? Priced in? What do you mean? Priced in just means sort of the anticipation, the hope, the optimism going into the markets. There's optimism because of a Fed rate cut. And guess what? There's even more optimism because Trump is looking to possibly replace Powell by Christmas. And if that's somebody that Trump has a good connection with, we'll call it, then guess what? That's going to also drive optimism. We're going to see stronger bull markets. So right now, no reason to be like we're in a bear market, especially at all-time highs. Fed dovish pivot. Waller Moran signal December cut appropriate. So basically a lot going on. And then over here, what could change the bias is Bank of Japan, China. ISM manufacturing PMI due today. Is it due today? It is due today. So now we could also come to our economic calendar. Check that out. Implied volatility rank SPY on quant data is at 9.8%. I'm not too sure because that would be more of like an options question. I'm not 100% sure on that. I do apologize. Let's see. Today is Monday. Powell speech. That was at 8 a.m., so nothing too crazy. And yeah, ISM manufacturing PMI, guys, in 36 minutes. So right now, forecast is 48.6. Estimate from AI prediction is 48.5. Previous was 48.7. We can take a look at this chart right here. This chart is our historical data of our manufacturing PMI. So we can take a look at the past few months, see how we've been. So last time we were above 50 was back in March. Since then, we were at 50.3, made our way lower, 48s, 49s. So it really is chilling around below, sub 49, we'll say, right? Safe to say, since April, we have been at 49 or lower on the ISM manufacturing PMI. So that comes out at 10 o'clock today. We'll keep an eye on that. Now, forecast is 48.6. So 49 would still technically be above forecast. Anything 48.5, well, then we could start looking for higher than forecast, lower than forecast. So if it's below 48.6 today, lower than forecast, we could expect some bullish reactions on ES and gold and NASDAQ. If it's higher than expected, bearish reactions. So that's something to, again, keep an eye on, see if it does make an impact. Yo, good morning, Dan. What's going on? Yes, sir, fingers crossed. Let's see. Dan, probably Friday. Let's shoot for Friday. Let's get TradingView back over there. ES over here. So again, I'm definitely bullish on the day. I'm looking for this. This is a 1 hour demand zone in here on the S&P. We did hold it as support already. So I do want to be a little careful with that. Like, we might not test it again, seeing how much, but let's use Bookmap and see where our volume currently is on ES. Now look at this, for 6805. 6805, that's right near these lows over here. 6800, that's right near the demand zones at 6797. Good morning, everybody. What is up? What is up? Happy Monday. Happy December, man. That is crazy, bro. That is absolutely crazy. I was thinking of marking it as a 4-hour, but the 4-hour didn't really have the continuation. It had the nice move higher, but then it sort of died out for a little while. We get to see also if we do have any supply zones towards the highs. I don't think we do, and that sort of supports my bullish bias as well. So this right here would be a supply zone if this candle, so this candle right here, the green one, the wick was higher than this red candle's wick. So if this wick was cut in half and it ended like right here, well then this would be a nice supply zone. But because I see both wicks move towards the highs, even this red candle did make another new high right there, buyers still had some control at some point here. What we look for on supply and demand is we look for the last time buyers have control to be on the actual candle of supply, and then a strong move where sellers take control on the next candle. Now, sellers did take control here. This could possibly be an area of interest, but I do think we're going to try to make our way higher through that when we get near those 6850s. Look at these price levels to the upside. 60, we even have a little bit at 68.50, but mainly 68.35. That is right up here. Let's check our lower time frame, see if we have any like 15-minute supply or demand zones, anything of interest on a lower scale. So we do have a bit of a 15-minute supply right here. And the reason I am going to mark this out isn't so I could short the supply zone when we get there, but more so for the reaction off of that zone. So if we come up to this zone up here, right, markets trade into it, and we completely blast through, then I'm going to look for a new imbalance to form across the 68.60, 68.62, and I'll look for a retest, and that'll be my long entry. If we come into the supply zone and we do fail and we close somewhere lower, 15-minute gives us a reversal candle, I will look for a possible retest for a lower high, because then at that point, guys, what's happening is we created our higher high, lower high, lower high. So that's another trade setup we could be looking for on the ES today. So really a few things off of the supply zone. And we also have to remember too, that's all the way up here. That's about 40 points away from where we're currently trading. We might move lower first towards that 67.96. And guess what? Now we're going to come up with some trade setups with this demand zone down here. Do we want to look for longs down there? Do we want to look for shorts below it? What is the move? In my opinion, we're looking for longs inside of it because of that strength we have on our December rate cut, just the optimism flowing into the market right now. I do think the sell-off was from that Japan situation. It should not have the biggest impact in the S&P and NASDAQ during New York session. Let's delete some old zones, old levels, old everything. This broken demand, we finally came back up to. We can delete it now. See if we got any new supplier demand zones down here on NASDAQ. So I do have one right here. We'll mark it for just a moment. Let's see. The 4-hour. And we're going to try to bang this out. We have 20 seconds till market opens, so we will try to be a little quick on this. 30-minute supply up here on NASDAQ. We will mark this out. Same situation. Might look for shorts there. It's going to definitely depend. This was a key area of interest. Look how price respected it as resistance when we were below it, support when we were above it. Now we're below it again. Gold. Gold's a tough one here, man. I wanted to see this 42.26 get hit. I will add alerts near new highs on gold in case we do want to try to make our way higher. S&P, NASDAQ, anything. We'll keep an eye on the ES. I do want to take a look at this 45 supply right here. So we went into it Wednesday. We broke it Friday, and then we did hold it as support on Friday. So I do want to delete it completely. Now I have a bit more of a range to read on the ES. And if I do want this little basing area right here, more of an order block, this could be my new area too, to say, hey, listen, this is our range. And if we break it, then I'm going to look for us to retest and go higher, or vice versa. What's up, YouTube, man? Hit that like and subscribe button if you're having fun and learning something today. We're being patient, looking for some trade setups. Let the markets play out. Let them come to us. No reason to rush. 15 does not have a lower wick at the moment. We could possibly see a drop before we continue. Be patient. Man, I've been dealing with, I don't even know. Cold, sore throat. I don't even know, man. All weekend. Come on, ES, make your way to 40. Oh, no, that's gold. Haha. Gold, too. You can make your way to 42. What are we looking for on gold? 42.66. Adding an alert at 42.70.3. So if we do start selling off pretty strong, I will get an alert there. Yo, good morning, Mike. What's up, Austin? Oz, what's up, Oz? Good morning, man. How was your weekend?
Yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo. Was it in here? No, not right now. What up, Moonshift? Dan, what's up? Lobotomix, JW, Joe. What's up, Joe? Jay. Good morning, guys. What's up? What's up? Hope you guys had a great weekend. There's that move lower on ES. We're looking for 67.97. And remember, I'm looking for this pullback in the morning because I want to see a bit of a sell-off before we can flip back bullish. I'm looking for that optimism to kick back in. So if it wants to sort of wick around and give me a drop in the morning and then reverse around 10, that's ideally what I would like to see. But right now, in the middle of this zone, this is a no trade zone. So point A and point B. Silver, man, 57, almost $58 an ounce. Silver's up over 90% year to date. We thought gold was killing it. Silver is up, let's see, 80, there we go, 84%, 85% on silver year to date. That is wild. Gold at its peak was at 60%. Heavy metals are killing it. Some buyers stepping in on the S&P. Weighted index pretty sideways at support on the weighted index too, so that is good. But again, ideally I'd like to see NASDAQ also has a demand zone at 25,196. VIX is trying to move lower, which is a bullish sentiment. We do have a very key area, though, on the VIX at 1727. And if we do get a reversal candle on the 5-minute, and VIX is reversing at that 1727, I will take a light position on possibly ES or NQ to reverse on the VIX. So VIX is going higher, I'll take a short position on ES and NQ. That's if it sets up right. And the reason for that would be because of the strength we've been seeing lately on the VIX. I don't know if you guys have been here last week. I know a few of you may have missed last week's streams because of the holidays. But the VIX has been a phenomenal sort of indicator, confluence, confirmation of direction and trend on the ESNQ. And especially also on a reversal standpoint too. We've seen the VIX hit a key level the other day. I forget when it was, sometime last week. We saw the VIX hit a key level, and the markets reversed. And ES and NQ were not at any support or resistance. It was just the VIX sort of giving us that pop. The only thing fundamentally driving markets was that Fed rate cut. ES with some more strength here. Most likely going to pop through. I would like to see us continue through 68.25. So we could leave this 68.21 to 23 as a low volume area right here. If we don't do that, then we're probably not going anywhere. Just yet. Gold trying to make its way back lower a little bit too. That's great. We do want to see it head towards even 42.70. I do want to see if there's any supply or demand there. 30, 45, 90, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. No way, Jose. 15 minute. Just that 15 minute at 42.66. There's some selling on gold. 42.66 right down here. They got some orders starting to stack up down there. Now, I'm not going to take it immediately off of 42.66. I will be patient for a 5-minute close into the other direction off 42.66. So there's a 15-minute time frame. 8:56 left in the 15. So that gives plenty of time for this 5 minutes to close too. So I could also look to see how we want to react off of this level. Once we start to reverse, and we do start to reverse when we see it on Bookmap, we'll pull back and try to create a higher low. When we create that higher low, I will take the entry, stop at the low we just created. Let's see. I do like the support trying to build up on gold here, so just be a little patient. Give it just one moment, because you never know. Yep, look at that. I said that, and I'm looking at the other chart for a moment, and I look back, and it's dumping right through. That's why I said we're much better off being patient, not just jumping the gun, just because we're in a demand zone. If, that's the best trades you take, or when you take it just sort of blindly into the demand zone, because demand and supply do work fairly well, okay, great. 4-to-1 risk to reward. If you take 3-to-1s, 4-to-1s, you don't need a great win percentage to be profitable. I really like the support building up here on gold. And again, ideally, I do like the, whatchamacallit, the 5 and the 15, and just the fundamental aspect of it. But let's see how low we go on gold without breaking this demand zone. Big drops, man. Big sellers. Don't want to take it long yet. We'd be silly to try to go long and try to catch a falling knife, right? So that's exactly why we haven't taken anything. ES trying to make its way through this supply zone. Did we leave that low volume shelf? We're trying to, so there we go. ES, we're getting a setup on ES. Fantastic. Let's see, ES, we're looking for longs off of, where is that? 20, I want to call it 24.75. 24.75. I'd like to see 23.25 hold. It's a crazy tight stop loss, a 2-point stop loss on the S&P. I'll let you guys know if I take it, when I take it, where I take it, how I take it, who I take it. VIX still dropping like it's hot, which is good to see. So again, next 5-minute or this 5-minute. I'd really rather see the next 5-minute, because at this point, we're 1:10 left from closing. Look at that huge drop. It wicked through this demand zone. So again, anybody taking trades blindly, stop at demand, boom, they got stopped out, and then it wicked right on them. So they're going, oh shit, what'd I just do? I knew I should have been patient. ES possibly in our entry point. Hold up. No, it dipped through it quickly. And it didn't break the supply zone yet either. So let's just be patient there too. Yo, let markets do their thing, guys. It's Monday after a holiday week. Not much reason to force or run into any trades, in my opinion. I'd like to see gold close above this demand zone. If gold could close back above that demand zone, that'd be pretty dope. If it can't, then it can do it, won't do it. Could still be bullish on gold too off of this pivot high here on the hourly. Look, right there on the hourly, oh no, we didn't hit that yet. We'll see, man. I'm going to leave gold alone. Look at ES, crashed right through. It's why we're not chasing just yet either. Right off of supply. A lot of buyers probably trapped up here. Thinking possible shorts now. But I don't want to be so quick to change buys. Remember, we were pretty overall. Oh, yeah, look at that. It did look to try to work out. I'll take that short if we can get filled on a pullback on ES up here. 30-minute, 4 hour, 1 hour. Yeah, we'll see. I like the shorts now. Seller stepping in, VIX at a key level. If it does pull back, I will try to get filled off 68.22. That's right off the low volume area, right? It's 22, 24, that area up there. We did already reject that area, right? We double topped, we wicked off that supply, then it gave us, our entry should have been the retest of supply. So now we do have to be a little patient, and if it doesn't give us our entry, unfortunately, we do not have our entry on this trade, and it is trying to continue. Gold still selling off, so this is not something I would be interested in anymore. ES trying to get lower. Now remember too, if ES continues lower, I'm not freaking out, oh, I missed my trade. No, we got a demand zone at 67.97. So if this trade setup doesn't work out, I still have that fundamental bullish bias because of the rate cuts. Then I'll look for a long position on the dip, seeing that all these people going short end up trapped. Okay, let's see. How is the Dow? That's what I'd like to know too, how the Dow is looking. Sort of bullish right now. I'm being a little careful of that. Especially, let's see. I'm going to take this ES, if it'll fill me, off of the, I'll try to get 62.20. I wanted to try to get like 24-ish up here, near the low volume area. But the way sellers are trying to step in is pretty strong. Like we might continue on the drop. This pullback possible entry. So I'm looking for shorts on ES somewhere on this pullback. Check out the 15. Just always making sure to keep an eye on all my time frames. I do want to be a little careful that we don't sort of like chop around and pop here. Getting a little bit of a spread here. Don't forget, we have news at 10. News at 10. A lot of selling pressure trying to step in on the ES. I'd like to be short off of the supply zone. I'm not short yet. Like to look for an entry somewhere. Yeah, anybody know any content creators, like actually personally, and like able to ask them what cameras they use? Damn, bro, sellers, man. We were definitely right on that. Definitely right on the money on that. Gold continuing lower. Very happy we stayed out of gold. In my opinion, because of all the hype around silver and gold right now, I'm expecting us to pull back. I want to see profit taking. I want to see people jumping in too late and getting destroyed. No offense to those people, but that's what we look for in markets, right? We look for those reactions. I'm going to delete my limit order for now. It was sitting at 68.21 for a possible short on ES. Just had a high impact news right there. It's Germany related, that's okay.
Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning, Dan.
Just two things. It's been skating around the NASDAQ 25,200 level all morning, so I'm waiting for that to hit the low of day, see what the reaction is there. Alternatively, we could go south off the orb low in the next 15 seconds onwards. Probably take about 10 minutes to play out. Cheers.
Yeah, I'd like to see, I don't want to see buyers step in here for these last few seconds. I want to see sellers take it back a little on ES. Actually, no, we're okay. I'm going to look for shorts, though. I do want to be short ES. So it gives me one more little move up. I want to be short. Question is, where's the stop loss, man? So hard to find a stop loss. Like 24 is where the low volume is. Like that's where I'd ideally want to enter the trade. So we'll see if we could try to get off VWAP.
We'll look for a 3-minute bearish FVG.
How's our point of control on that volume, that last candle? Ooh, it's a little higher. It's not ideal for the shorts. I do want to be a little patient. Yeah, if we just start like popping. I don't really want to be short off of a strong move to the upside, but we have low volume up here, so I would consider a short off of the supply zone if we start rejecting it again. Off here's that 24 low volume area. VIX is at a key level, but it is still trying to move lower. NAS just found a little bit of strength. I'm going to take it short here, stop at 25.75. So if it does go right, if buyers do just continue it here, I'm out. But I'm looking for a reaction off this low volume area right here on ES. Could possibly pop and just go right to stop, and that's okay. Gotta know how much our risk is, gotta know how much our reward is, and everything in between. Buyers are trying to step in here. Does look like they're trying to bring this higher. Just be patient. So you do want to see a seller try to absorb this. VIX is at a key level, so I do want to see supply get rejected off that VIX key level. However, we're definitely trying our best to push through with some buys. So I will be patient. Stop loss is at 26.25 right now, and there it is. And still being patient until this supply zone's actually broken. Here we go. Good, good. Give me that break then. Good, good. If this switches, yo, I hope this swaps over, man. Give us a long position. That's our fundamental bias, is longs. Just be patient right now, though, because right now we're getting a little bit of both sides. Gold pulling back at the moment. Gold might be a possible short entry, seeing how strong the sells have been. Here's 42, here we go, 42.70 on gold. Had an alert on there. Possible short on gold. ES, beautiful, man. Keep pumping on ES. That's what I want to see. Nice. Nice. Oh, dude, this is awesome. This is great. This is great. Gold pulling back too. Nice. Okay. Do. Do want to be careful with any shorts I take today. Gold, ES, anything. So we are above that previous day high as well. And a little bit of a reaction here on gold. Wanted to see it move into the 70 to 72 area right up here. Look how low. There's like no volume in here. Just a volume imbalance. It was negative 64 delta on 64 volume. Yes, possible pullback. I'm not a big fan of the chop we're seeing at the moment, so I'd like to try to be a little patient. There's that move up on gold right there. Let's see. If we could get back below now, this new level that printed, 74.674, I'll look for shorts. I do like that. I'm going to try some shorts on gold. Stop at the high we just made. Looking for this momentum back lower here. If it fails, I will just be right out. There we go. Gold, nice. Oh, it said never mind. It said, what do you think is nice? Not me. Hopefully this could be a lower high, and sellers could try to defend this level right here. If they can't, we go to another high. I'm done with gold. We'll probably sort of wait for ES. Yeah, I'm going to just let gold go to stop loss. We'll wait for ES. That is the fundamental trend that we were trying to trade. Yeah, forget gold, forget gold, forget gold. Off of 26, we're looking for on ES, which we did already test, which is unfortunate. Man, I've been a little off my game lately, dude. I gotta step my shit back up. Markets have been a little all over, but that's not even, gotta remember, markets are always sort of changing in a sense, so just wait. NASDAQ is near resistance, so I'd still just be patient. I wouldn't buy these highs. I'd like to see the ES close outside the supply zone. If we could close outside the supply zone, that would be much better. Volume is looking nice and bullish, so we would like to look for a long. Gold just found a seller again. Would really need to reclaim the 42.69s though to be bearish on gold. See that? It failed it. Buyers are trying their best to switch up on gold too. We know ES and NQ, they've all been trading with the optimism of those Fed rate cuts. Like to see a pullback towards the 25, 26 area over here. But I'd also like to see the 5-minute close up here. We have 2:30 left for that. There we go. Gold continuing too. We can even look at the 30-minute time frame here on gold. Remember, I mentioned that if we could remain above this yellow level, this is like a higher time frame, higher low, then we can still technically be bullish on gold. So it's a little premature for me to try to jump in a short. I forgot about that. Nice. There we go, ES. Love it. Love it. NAS continuing too. NAS has a bit of a smaller range. We're only really seeing 20, 30-point candles instead of our normal 50 to 80-point candles. UK government on deal with US on pharmaceuticals. UK government will also invest around 25% more in innovative, safe, and effective treatments. That's cool. Pump, pump, pump right off of that. Again, continue higher. That's what I want to see. Pull back towards 26 would be ideal. A close over here on the 5-minute would be ideal. VIX moving lower, that's great. Weighted index moving higher. NVIDIA trying to move up. Everything on that buy side. There we go, another high. So I wanted to struggle around here. I wanted to struggle around this spot up here because I wanted us to just close above this red level right here. So if we struggle up here, that's great, because then I'm looking for the next candle to sort of give us that drop to our entry. 34 seconds left, and we might not get that. If it continues, we'll create a new low volume shelf to try to trade off of. So just a matter of being patient, letting the markets come to us, find some setups, understand overall bias. So we will look for the longs. And look, this was like a squeeze off of this supply. Squeezed it. That's it, man. I'm going to be a trend line trader. I'm just kidding. 30. Another key area. Buyers have good strength right now. More economic news, more buying pressure. NASDAQ, same deal. We're just flying right now. Now what I wonder is if gold will hold that that old area that was resistance as support now. That like 70. We just held it. But I'm not going to take any more trades on gold for now. Until I see something that's A++. There we go, man. ES with a nice pump. 36, now another new low volume area. Next target we have is 68.59 today, guys. 68.59 on the S&P. So if we get a pullback entry, go long. We're looking for some longs to hold. And over here we got news in less than 4 minutes. Nice, look at that. Gold looks ready to possibly pump here too. But again, same deal where it's like I just don't want to take anything on gold right now. But buyers are looking much nicer than sellers. ES pushing higher, new high a day, VIX new low a day. VIX is at that key area though. That was a very strong key area that I was looking for price to even possibly reverse from. A lot of people covering right now. Some volume coming in. We got news in a few minutes, guys. Don't take any trades right now. Just wait. Good morning, everybody. Guys, YouTube, man, hit the like button, guys. I think you forgot something. Gold pulling volume. Gold looks like it doesn't want to try to make its way towards 42.50 if I'm just looking at Bookmap, but 4,300 is also a strong price target from this morning. So we'll see how that PMI comes out. 2 minutes. A lot of volume picking up here on the ES. Look at that, 1,700 volume picked up here. We haven't seen that much volume since 68.27. I wouldn't take anything right now. I'd want to be long, but not with news in a minute and a half. Especially with VIX at a key level. This is a stay away zone. Minute 10, guys, till we have news. YouTube, hit that like, drop a comment, keep the engagement going. I appreciate it. It helps the stream pick up more viewers. I'm gonna grab a water, guys. Make sure you stay hydrated. Alright, guys, we see news is coming up in less than a minute, and look at how they pulled the orders on ES right now on Bookmap. Yo, what up, Kev? Good morning, man. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving too, Kev. Appreciate you jumping on the YouTube to comment that. OG right there. We're waiting, and we're waiting. And in case you guys missed it, we're waiting. I'd like to see ES come to its broken resistance down here. This broken supply zone is where I would like to be long on the S&P. Right off at 30. So here comes PMI. Give me the drop. Please give me the drop first. Please. I'm saying please. I wonder how it came out. 49.4, less than expected. Bullish reaction. So give me the drop first so we can be bullish, please. Gold just hit an alert. Gold got a little pop off of that too. Yeah, give me that pullback, man. We want longs. When do we want it? Right now. Oh, wait, low volume at 37 now? Oh, dude, I hate that. That we're creeping up higher and higher. I'd much rather be patient for my broken zone, and if we don't get it, then we just don't get it. Another possible trade setup, if we do get the momentum back to it, would be a long off of 42.64 on gold. I'm going to add an alert there, because that's where we reversed from. Yes, I'm just going to wait. I don't want to go long at these highs right now. I do want to see if we can come back a little bit, even towards 25, 30. Hey, good morning, Dan. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro. You guys are awesome. That's what community's about, man. It's not just me here, it's everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's see. Wonder if NASDAQ has any better setups than ES at the moment. Like, here yeah, like right here. 43 to like 32. 43 to 32. So two possible trade setups, right? And we'll see. One ES, one NQ. Both requiring a little bit of a pullback first. So I'd like to see some buyers trapped. I'd like to see a pullback. Like I said, 36 first stop. We see 36 held as support. We'd like to run through those people trying to chase these highs on a lower scale. Getting a pullback. There's support off that level again. Just want to wait. I really just want to wait. I do not want to force anything. Or even NASDAQ, man. But VIX at a key level looks like we're trying to reverse there, too. So we might be better off waiting for ES to try to make its way back to that, this low volume area from 26 to 24. Right over here. That's in the broken supply zone that I had. So that's sort of, at the moment, my A+ setup that I have. That I'm looking for. 68.68 is possible bull side target on Market AI as well. And I have 68.59. So those are lining up to say, hey, we still might have some room to go. So we'll see. I do look at these levels back here. They were all resistance points. Now they might try to work as support. And I'd much rather wait for my key area that I know historically and from backtesting and from just trading works fairly well. NASDAQ struggling, but it is in that low volume area on NQ too. So if I was looking for support on NASDAQ, this is where I would look for that. So I almost want to try an NQ trade here and stop loss just a few points, and in case ES does not give us that full reversal, because we do have a fair value gap right here. But again, ideally, I would like to see us run through that, stop people out who are trying to front run it or jump in it too soon. We are very close to breaking it on ES. VIX is at that key level. Everything's pulling back a little bit right now. Just wait. There we go. A little drop on NAS again. NAS again finding support. Bro, ES is real close. We'll wait, we'll wait. Bro, NAS is definitely trying to hold, though. I'll try an NQ long off of, what's that, 43, stop at 31, just to give this zone a shot. But I do want to see us break below it. So, might cancel that out. Let's just be patient. Really wanted to see ES. ES did break that fair value gap now, so again, a lot of people stopping out of longs off of that one reason. Nas is trying to hold this area. Be a little careful. We are trying to squeeze at the moment here. Volume has been ticking to the upside still, even though we've been pulling back. So I do still want to be bullish. Might be a little too late to try to fill this on NASDAQ, but I will look for a long if we can pull back one more time. Nvidia with a nice curve higher. Meta and Microsoft and Google are all taking some turns to the downside, but obviously NASDAQ, look at the big sell bubble we had down here, and then we reversed off of it. So if I could get filled around 43.25, stop is going to be at 332. But I do want to be a little careful. I am ready to cancel it in case like a big sell order comes in and we just start falling hard. But and that again, the reason for that is because I'm looking for ES to move about another 1.5 lower. That will require either NQ or even the Dow to help give us that drop. That NASDAQ trade setup was very nice. That is working out. I am not in it. VIX is at a key level. Trying to move lower still, though. Weighted index flipped over. I think buyers might step in on NASDAQ here. Yep. Let's see. VIX trying to move lower. Yeah, tough read here. I wouldn't want to go long at these highs. It's just never been a good entry model for me. So I'm not going to change my setup for one day to try to make it work. ES, I'd still like to see it come down to 68.30. And if it doesn't happen, guess what? It doesn't happen. Nas did real well, though, off of that 65.343. Would like to see NQ make another new high a day, though. Here we go, it's getting there. Yup. Let's see. Weighted index getting a little bit of a turn here. Be careful. Again, I still want to see ES a little lower. I'm going to cancel that NAS long order for a moment. $43, I had it. We'll see. Now we got a new buyer trying to hold a higher low here at 55 on NASDAQ. So I almost want to try that off of the 55. Yeah, I think that was re-entry right there. Let's see. VIX still trying to give a reversal pattern, though. Biggest red flag right now. Come on, ES. Get down to that supply zone. Broken supply, so it's demand now. 26, man. I'm looking for 68.26. 68.30 first, 68.26 possible entry, man. But ideally, I'd like to see it react right off the top. Come on, yes, one more dive lower. And VIX too, man. VIX has been trying to move higher off of this level. VIX is almost giving a reversal pattern in itself. So I'd want to be just so patient, so careful. Look at gold. 30-minute bullish 30, pulling back right now on the 30. There goes ES. Finding support off of 30.5, it looks like. That is the broken supply zones at 29.7. Okay. We'll see. Gold trying to get into this 5-minute where we reversed from. But gold's got a real strong negative CVD right now. I don't know if I'd ideally want to be long for that. Add an alert here in case we do reverse back up. There's gold entering that zone. ES trying to pull back still. We got resistance above us on gold, but if we do find like a big buy bubble, I wouldn't be completely against it. Dollar's trying to move higher. Actually, no. Dollar overall has been trying to move lower, which would encourage a bullish gold. But we're not going long right for the sake of going long. See that? Dropped again, so let's just wait 1 sec. Still waiting on ES, still waiting on NQ. A bit of a buyer on gold there. Market pulse is still negative, though. I want to try to see us start to clear some levels, find some buying volume on gold. I'll take it there. Stop at the low we just created on gold. I'm backing along on gold right now. I like the buying volume that stepped in here. I like the rejection of this 5-minute reversal candle we had. And if it goes back and makes another new low, I'm out. Pretty small risk. Ooh, looks like it's getting there. It said, oh, word. But that could just be our retest. That could be our higher low, and a buyer could be absorbing it. So if we go and take out this 4269.2 again, that's clean for longs on gold. 4269.1.2 we have to take out. If we don't, we just stop out of our contract, and that's it. If we do, might even look to add. But it looks like it's getting a little weak here. If it stops us, it stops us. We're either going up or we're going down. I like this big seller here. I'd like to see a buyer try to absorb this seller and reverse us back higher on gold. If we can't, we probably are going. Yeah, we're probably going to another low. Be careful. Be patient. A lot of volume trying to kick in here. We did not make a new low just yet. That would be off 4263.9. So, still in it. But it is getting a little wicky towards there. Yeah, we're getting close. 36 seconds left, running out of time to really reverse back higher, and it does look like sellers might actually take another leg. Yeah, out of gold. And I think our best bet is to just really wait for that ES trade. ES still chopping around. Look at that, guys. NASDAQ did make that long entry to new high a day. So that is something. ES pretty range bound. Want to see a test off of this 30 area. It's a 26 area. NAS a bit of a rejection. NVIDIA with a bit of a rejection candle too. Let's get it ES. Get that dump going. VIX at that key level as well. Check our 15-minute time frame, 30-minute time frame. 15 created a 15-minute fair value gap right here. Just want to point that out. So we could even see if we want to break that for a moment, because if we broke that for a moment, that would take me to the entry I really want to find, and that's that 26 entry. Right now, off of the broken zone itself, I'd like to see 29.75. Nas just hit that level again. The one that it's been holding like crazy. That I wouldn't object. But we're looking pretty weak. Just wait 1 sec. CVD's been moving higher. I really want to see 30 on ES here. There we go.
Managed to get a little scalp short on NQ just then. That was a little sketchy.
Sketchy, sketchy. I can't believe how well Nasdaq's holding this area, so I almost want to try Nasdaq again here. Equities sort of turning to the downside for the most part. Yo, ES, man, you were a tick away from my entry. It hit 30.25. I was looking for 30. Oh, no, 2 points. I was looking for 29.75. Gold with a bit of a harsher drop there. I wanted the 30 minutes to continue bullish on gold, so I'd really need to get back above like 42.66 for me to be bullish again on gold. S&P, Nasdaq, just waiting. Come on, ES. You know you want to give us that entry. One nice little drop here. Bro, Nasdaq's holding that zone like it's getting paid to. That's pretty funny. Let's see. Here we go. ES, come on now. Alright. Alright, ES. We gotta get there. Minute 40 left in this. Bro. Just one quick little dive. Little swan dive to 68.30. Grab it, filled, in it. That's it. Or if you want to dive even harder, blast through 630. Hit 626, I'll take it. Nas again holding that level. Nas is like, hey, I gave you 400 opportunities. You missed it. Now look at ES slowly. It's squeezing too, man. It's squeezing. It's gonna pop in a direction. Look at gold, man. Gold continued the dump. Why we gotta respect our stop losses. How is it looking here? Very bearish on gold. ES still a bit more bullish. 15 minute, 30 minute. Yeah, just a matter of patience, man. 68.30, even 68.25 would be great. That's where VWAP is, 68.25. So we get one more little drop. Just want to be long on ES. I just need that entry. And also, look at the CVD, man. It's been climbing higher. It's at 6,300 right now, positive. Dow's dropping right now. Come on, S&P. Give us something. There's 30.50. So close to that broken supply zone. No reason to rush into it first. Because what if we just break right through it, right? We don't want to be long if we break right through it. We're in that low volume area. Okay, we're testing the zone now. I will take it off of it, right off of this zone. $30.25 is where I'm trying to get filled. $30.25. I think that just filled me. No, it's okay. There we go. 26 is current stop, but that's where I was considering adding, so I might actually put my stop loss towards 24, have a little bit of a wide stop on this, and look to add if we could start to hold near 26. Right off of this 26.25 zone. So let's see, we're coming into it. Some passive buyers sitting in there too. There it is. There's 26.25. I'm going to add there to average down a little bit. And stop loss is going to be at 23.50. Now let's do stop loss at, oh yeah, 23.50. So long ES, 23.50 stop loss. Tried to get long down here off 26. Got one order off 30, one order off 26. This is our A+ setup we've been waiting for today, and unfortunately, if it does fail, then so be it. I like it so far. A lot of trapped participants down here, too. Really like to see a strong move back to the upside. Remember, PMI came in lower than expected. That should give us a bullish move. We broke the supply zone earlier. Want to see it hold as support. Got to really start to see us fly here above 68.30 again. Got to see us above 68.30 again. If we don't get there, sellers might step in. But right now, 26 is trying really hard, man. Like, really, really hard. 26 is trying to hold as support. I'll move my stop loss to like 24.50. Like right under the low volume areas we're in. But it might go to it, seeing that sellers are trying their best right here. Just be patient, man. Just be patient. This was my long entry. I do want to be careful. VIX is trying to move higher. That's a bearish sentiment. But this broken supply zone, it was resistance, now becomes support. That's my trade setup. Markets are trying their best to get out of this area. Moving my stop loss up just a little bit, 24.50. But really need to see this buying volume hold us again. And it's starting to fail again. 102 left on the 5-minute. Really not a fan of that. Got to see buyers step in. Bring us above 68.30. If we fail 68.30, there's a much better chance that sellers have volume and momentum behind them. But I'd like to see that squeeze back higher. Does unfortunately look like we're trying to fail. VIX was trying to move higher too. Weighted index is trying to turn back to the buy side, but look at the selling volume trying to step in here. That is not ideal on our longs. But we have about 30 seconds left. Really need to see a pop back to the buy side. If we fail, 24.50, I'm out. Oh no. Oh no. It's trying. There's 26, 26, 26. Gotta see it hold this 26, man. Major struggle. CVD's been moving higher too, which was keeping me bullish. But yeah, those sellers just took control. That VIX, too strong. Too strong. Wow, look at that volume stepping in. What was that, 26, man? I can't believe that 26 failed. That tried so hard to hold as support, too. A lot of people stopping out off of a sell-off, off of a drop like that. So I would be a little patient here, that we don't flip again above 30. Yeah, in my opinion, guys, these markets, you guys have been seeing the streams. We've been killing it. Dan is following my lead. um, we've been killing it, right? So for months and months of sort of markets giving us some good continuation, great setups, consistency in our markets, like in the setups we're getting, well, sometimes it's going to lead to chop, right? What was usually my A plus setup, it failed. Okay, well now what do? Well, we be patient, we look for another setup. Or we wait, we size down, we say, okay, well, if this setup's not working right now, market structure's starting to shift, what was working today? Right? People always complain, oh, well, hindsight's 2020. Good, let it be 2020 so that you could create new trade setups, right? What worked today that I wasn't looking for, right? What didn't work today that I was looking for, right? So I could start to look for different things. I mentioned earlier that once the VIX gets to a key level, I'm looking for a reversal no matter where the ES and NQ are. I didn't follow my plan, or else I would have been short from the highs up here. But we also had news at 10, which obviously we don't want to be short into. And the news did say it would have a bullish reaction, so that's what I was trying to be bullish off of. But whatever. VIX still trying to move higher, which is bearish. Gold chopping around, another no trade zone for gold too. So it's like at this point markets are in that cautious optimism phase, cautious buying. There's just no consistency, there's no say. There's no definite. Bro, I'm tired. This light's hurting my head. S&P dipped to what, 22? I just wouldn't take it, man. It's fundamentally bullish because of the optimism in the markets, but technicals are definitely struggling. Don't forget too the Japan thing we read about Japan earlier. Bank of Japan governor signals December rate hike under consideration. China manufacturing fell. A lot more weakness in the economy, which sometimes does help markets. Usually helps gold more than anything. So this was what, lower than expected? Actual forecast, lower than expected. Again, it says bullish, but of course it could be wrong. It doesn't have to be right 24/7. Nothing's right all the time. If we had something that was right all the time in the market, we'd be selling it for $1 billion. 23 seconds left. Gold giving us a whole lot of nothing. I just don't see any high probability setups anymore. The only A plus setup we had was that ES long off of 26. It gave us such a nice hold on this 5 minute, for the whole 5 minute candle it was trying to hold up, and then it just failed the last 30-40 seconds, which we do see pretty frequently. So yeah, just wait. We don't got anything. VIX trying to move higher still, which is still a bearish sentiment. So if anything, we are actually looking bearish due to the VIX. There we go. See that? Another bit of a drop right there on the VIX. On the ES, 68.20 next price target. Big sell bubble. Wow, we really look for continuation lower here, man. Good to be able to flip your bias. Never marry your bias. Just read what markets are telling us. Another low there on ES. VIX moving higher. That VIX, man, what a key. I'm gonna have to, like, poster size the word VIX and put it right in front of me. Let's see, VIX moving higher. Weighted index did start struggling to sell off as well. Let's see, ES, NQ, VIX, gold. What's it called? Apex guys running a big sale right now. I think today's the last day for the Apex sale for their like Cyber Monday and all that stuff. Okay, today and tomorrow, 80% off evals, and they are also running a different discount for the 100K accounts. The 100K accounts are 80% off, but for the PA fee, that's the performance account, the funded fee, it's only $10. So in total, you're looking at $60 for the eval, and if you pass it first try, $10 for the funded, so about $70. Issue with that being account-wise, 100K isn't the most ideal. Look at the 100K profit target and the trailing threshold. Profit goal is 6,000, threshold is 3,000. It's like a 2-to-1 R. Whereas the 50K, your goal is only 3,000 and your trail stop is 2,500. So it's only giving you $500 more of cushion and $3,000 more of target. So ideally, I would say, guys, if you do want to get started, grab a 50K account, gives you a nice cushion of 2,500, risk about 100, 200 per trade max. That way you give yourself some cushion in a sense that you could take 2, 3, 4 wrong trades in a row and not be completely blowing the account. Use discount code. You guys already know. Use discount code Bullish Bears to save on that. Market, I think, is the last day also for Market's Black Friday sale. Yeah, 25% off annual. Use discount code Black Friday at checkout for annual, or try discount code Kev for the annual checkout. That might work too. Still moving lower. VIX still trying to move higher. Definitely. You know what's funny, guys? You know what I'm gonna do? We take notes here, right? Because hindsight's 2020. Well, our goal as traders, and our goal as our own bosses, and this being our business, trading's our business, is to adjust to market conditions. That's our business area, right? So VIX, I'm writing a note right now. VIX is key. Because right now, like I mentioned before, when government shutdown occurred, right, we saw very smooth price action, very clean, very easy trend to follow. Because it wasn't trending, it was very range bound. Breakouts failed, we sold them. Breakdowns failed, we bought them. Now we're just sort of seeing some inconsistency where breakouts hold, but then they fail, but then the higher low holds, but then the fair value gap fails. So it's a little all over. So again, like I said, we want to look for what's consistent right now. And the most consistent thing I see right now is going to be, and this is over this week and last week, the VIX. VIX is key right now. That is our consistency marker. So I need to be in the direction of whichever direction the VIX is going in the opposite of, right? So before I was looking for longs on ES 1020 over here off of the rejection of 26, but I should have noted I had a major area on VIX, and VIX was trying to move higher. That's a bearish sentiment. So very important stuff, very good to know. And again, people think, oh, we got a red day, that's not good, oh no, what am I gonna do? Guys, a red day is great because if you could limit your losses, you're then able to make it back. Why does my candles not look right? Oh, that's weird. But yeah, because again, also limiting your losses, you live to trade another day. And on top of that, guess what? Now I found VIX is key. Tomorrow, I'm mainly going to be trading using the VIX. I'm going to be looking for ES trades using the VIX as my top key confluence. So supply and demand, those are my foundations. Those are always my top confluences. But going forward, right, usually we'll look for a low volume shelf, something of that nature. Well, guess what? Right now, we're not really seeing like low volume shelf and high volume shelf trades. We did see it on NASDAQ for a range, so that's something I'll remember. Low volume shelf on NASDAQ. However, the ES and NQ have really been respecting the strength of the VIX. Look at gold, by the way, guys. Gold has just been all over the place. So, again, something to note. I'm going to write down right now, guys. We're taking notes so we could improve and do better tomorrow. That's the whole goal, right? It's only Monday. We got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So, VIX is key is number one. What was the other thing? No gold. No gold. Because it's very extended at the moment. We're not really seeing good consistency with it. I want to see some supply zones fail. I want to see some demand zones start to hold. That tells me we're in a more consistent trend. So no gold. VIX is key. Low volume shelf, so that's LVS, low volume shelf, or low volume node. Those are also called nodes. Let me put it on this chart so you could see it. Each little bar is considered a node or a shelf. I'm going to call it low volume shelf, LVS, NQ. Because I saw on ES, it was barely working. So we have, what do we have so far? We have VIX. VIX is key. No gold. So now we know where to really focus our energy and brain power into, the ES and NQ. And low volume shelves on NASDAQ, right? So now I know also not to get too directly connected to the low volume shelves on ES than I am to be on NASDAQ. And even NASDAQ, look at this right here. As I'm yapping, this area that was support earlier, it just came back. That was that low volume node. It worked as resistance. It's no longer a low volume node though, because look, check it out. We've traded within it so many times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. It's now picking up enough volume that it's starting to place just like the others. Good morning, everybody. If anybody's got any questions, you guys already know to please feel free to shoot me a message and let me know. All right, let's see. And guys, something too to sort of mention, and something that you guys new traders should really try to leverage. And I say as new traders really as just any traders, right? Anybody who's sort of considering themselves as a seasonal trader, that's somebody that's a bit more consistent in the markets. When you take advantage of these prop firms, right? Let's say markets aren't in your favor. So you go from your regular account, and you go on a prop firm, right? Okay, you're trying some trades, you blow an account. You're trying some trades, you blow an account. Then what happens? Every day you're taking trades, you're looking at the market with a non-emotional bias because you're on just these evals or even a funded account with a prop firm. You're able to say, oh wow, look at this. I'm on a 2-day win streak, I'm on a 3-day win streak, and this consistently is starting to pick up. Okay, well now guess what? You could go back to your own funds, right? So when market conditions change, take advantage of prop firms, because guess what? You take advantage of a prop firm, let's say you could even get an instant funded, right? Those are a bit more expensive, about $300. But if you get, let's say you start on an eval, something cheap, something quick, like an Apex eval, and you're just trading on it, and then boom, okay, 2-day win streak, I'm killing it. I'm getting my confidence back. Markets are starting to rotate. Confidence is key. I have my trade setups. Let me get on an instant funded and start trading right away. Right? Because sometimes what happens is if you're on an eval and you start hitting that trend, you start hitting sort of that win streak, go 2-3 weeks on that win streak, pass the eval by week 2 or 2.5, and then halfway through you're funded, you're like, oh shit, market conditions are changing. I have to either size down or I'm going to blow the account. Or, again, taking advantage, let me open a new eval, market conditions changed, let me leave this one alone. There are many ways to try to take advantage of the trading prop firms so that you're not putting your own risk and your own assets on risk on the table. Everything's very choppy now. And something else to note, we reversed around 10 o'clock on the ES and NQ, and that was around the same time that gold pulled back and started to sell off too. So at some point, a year ago, 2 years ago, somebody asks, oh, what do you trade? You usually just trade ES or NQ. Not a lot of people traded ES, NQ, and gold, because gold wasn't as consistent as we've been seeing this year. This year we've been seeing an insane move on gold, something we really haven't seen. Last year also had a pretty nice move too, but we'll see, man. We'll see the continuation on it and see how it wants to go. I do like that we took this pivot out. I just really like to see us close green on the day today and close with a stronger body. If we close with a small body like we're seeing right here, anywhere within this zone, then I'm going to look for us to sell off tomorrow on gold. I'm going to look for this to be a supply zone forming. Yo, see you tomorrow, Kev. Take care, man. So good stuff, ladies and gents. Good stuff. Let me know if you guys got any questions. It is 10:42. We'll be wrapping up the stream shortly. Pretty good trading day, although a bit more of a red day. It was still a good trading day in a sense that it's giving us some confidence in the setups to look for going forward. It's giving us confidence into sort of try to stay away from gold a little more, giving us more confidence in trusting the VIX. Big trust goes to the VIX and the key levels I have marked out. If you guys do want those key levels, I will share the chart right now. They look a little messy, but just try to line it up with the key levels on the right-hand side. Very important. Something to note is the intraday movements off of those levels. I'm going to share this in the chat for you guys. ES chopping around, NQ chopping around. VIX trying to move back lower, but remember, price action wise, VIX could be trying to create, look at this, so a lower low, and then possibly a higher low, which would be more bullish sentiment on VIX, which would be a bearish sentiment on ES and NQ. Hey, what's up, Joyce? So with the low volume nodes, we like to use them intraday for support and resistance. So like, let's say New York session, we place it from the start of New York, and we could see, look at this right here, our low volume shelf right here, worked as support, and then worked as resistance. The low volume shelves I think you're referring to, I know some people use them more for, oh, price moves through them very fast. That's not always the case. Some people will try to trade like a gap fill trading strategy. Let me see if I could find an example of that. I'm sure Tesla has something. I'm trying to see if there are any good gaps on Tesla or any stock really for an example of this gap fill. Here we go. So check this out. So this was not an earnings gap. This is possibly a news gap. Could have been earnings off of another company and it was reacting to it, or just, of course, a partnership. So AMD had a huge gap from 170. It opened at 225. That's crazy. I remember this. It was wild. And it ended up closing that day near 204, leaving a gap between 170 and 203. But look how price reacted when we entered that gap. A lot of people who trade, oh, I'm going to trade the gap fill. Once we enter this zone, I'm going to go short, and I'm going to look to target the bottom of the gap to fill the gap. That's not necessarily the case. When I see these areas, I see this as a major area of an imbalance, so that anytime price enters this zone, there's unfilled orders lining up in this whole area down here. From 203 to 170, nobody was able to fill anything on AMD. So anybody that may have had a stop order or a buy order, any order is considered volume, which will give us a reaction. So once price came into it, we reacted off of it once, reacted off of it again, and what we see is each time we go lower and lower. So look, we went into it and we reversed. We went into it again, and again, same situation. People going, oh, well, now we're back into this gap again. I gotta go short. The same deal. We reversed on them. So I'd look for a similar trade setup. I'd look to see, okay, if AMD could somehow get back below 194 over here, I might look for a swing trade on some calls. And I'll look for the 210 calls, because I'll look for us to be around 190, or maybe the 205 calls, 190, and range back higher. Simple enough range trade where we're just looking for this area right here, and not even the way highs, just looking to buy the lows and get out maybe around the middle. And that would be if it's the first target versus second target. And, yeah, it would net a really nice return if this trade setup does hit, because options give a nice return on investment. But yeah, that's where I get my sort of analysis from. Low volume nodes and low volume shelves. Everything is all perspective, you know. Even this area right here. Like right there. Look at that. Look at those. Look at this key resistance, support, 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 then we did break it. So another low volume area that did hold as a support or resistance. So when you see low volume on those low volume shelves, think of imbalance, think of unfilled orders, and a lot of times instead of seeing it as an area where price will run through, think of it more as an area that price wants to head towards, sort of like a magnet, a target for price. Awesome, cool. Happy to help. Look at this, man. This low volume shelf ES, another rejection there. That is the 30 area. Next time what I'll do too, I was using the low volume shelf on session volume delta on RTH. Yeah, 630 was really stronger. I was looking for the 625, but we ran through it a lot at this point. When I was taking it, we haven't ran through it, so it was still an okay zone. But I do see that 630 is a much more valid area. Yo, what's up, YouTube? Hit that like and subscribe. What's up, what's up? Good morning. It is Monday. It is December 1st. That is crazy. I hope you guys had a great year so far. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving, a good Black Friday, got some sales going. If you're here on YouTube, we do still have the Bullish Bears sale. I think it's still running for 50% off the annual. It's a good sale. At bullishbrs.com, you get access to these live streams Monday through Friday, as well as any information or any questions you guys might have. Let's see, gold, no trade zone. Look at this price action on gold today, guys. Other than this big drop right here, there was a whole lot of nothing. We pulled back, buyers stepped in, and you would think, okay, possible reversal if we could hold this level, right? Because that would be a low, high, higher low, and we push up. But, see, I should have noticed this. If we took out this high right here, when we came back and then pulled back, that would make this a more high probability area. We did not take that high out. That completely eliminates the odds and the probability that that holds up. So important to check those pivots. Higher highs, higher lows are extremely crucial for just basic understanding of price action and market sentiment. VIX trying to move back lower again, which would be bullish on ES and NQ, but same situation, right, guys, where it could be creating that higher low. So we want to wait. What's going on, guys? Let me know if you guys took any trades today. Jay, man, what's going on, Jay? Good morning, good morning.
Like 5 J's. You gotta be specific.
The new student Jay.
Oh yeah, that one's me.
Awesome, man.
Go to boot camp, boys.
Yes, sir. Bro, I'm put you to work. Attention.
Damn, man, it's like being back in Vietnam. Going to Ellis Island.
No, jeez. Nice odds in NQ long of 25-3-21. Dude, nice entry. Nice entry. Did you get in on the pullback? Very good job. Here's an example of what gold failed to do. ES did do. Nice. Good job, Oz. So look, ES made this order block on the 5-minute. And then when it made the order block right here, buyers stepped in, which that's what we saw in gold, but gold failed the highs. ES made new highs. So again, still keeping us in a bull trend. I was a little premature on the longs here. It did stop me out. And look at the reaction right off of that order block area. Again, making that higher low. Because what happens too, guys, and what we can look for, is if we start failing these lows. Let me put on the 15-minute for a moment. If we start failing these lows, what happens is we start taking them out. We start making lower lows. We break 68.11. That's a lower low, bit more of a bearish sentiment. Then our next target would be 68.05. Then our next target would be the demand zone to the downside. But because we held that, we're still in this bull trend. Something else I'll note is markets were really requiring us to be patient these past few days. Like, let's see, we had a nice move right at the open from like 9:45 to 9:50. Then we chopped from 10 o'clock to about 10:30, 10:35. How was price action the day prior on Friday? Same thing, it was choppy all day till we popped around 10. But we do have to take note, Friday was Black Friday, day after Thanksgiving, extremely low volume and extremely choppy price action. Yo, be good, Oz, man. Have a great day, and great job with that long trade on NQ, bro. Fantastic. Fantastic work. Wow, look at that, man. NASDAQ is pumping, bro. You got those 320 longs, 80 points. Let's go, Ozzy. Ozzy was also a student of the mentorship program, the 2-month mentorship program, the 2 sessions a week. Really just helps you guys step up your game a little bit, get some confidence, build a system. Helps you guys build a system that you could follow with confidence day in, day out. Take every session as it is. If you need help with TradingView, something basic, just like setting up TradingView, we start with that. If you're a bit more further along and you want to go over supply and demand basics, go with that. Liquidity concepts, sweeps, higher highs, lower lows, whatever it is, you go with that. But it's a process. I have a little bit of a blueprint behind it too. Sort of what we go over, what we cover. Giving you that foundation along with different confluences and trading strategies. So now here we go. Here's a nice example of something that won't work. Is this 5-minute order block, bearish order block, right? What happened? We came lower. We did not take out the lows. It's most likely going to fail, and we're going to break out even higher on the ES. Major, man. We definitely had the right bias today. I was a little premature on my entry. And again, that's going to happen. We're not going to have sniper entries every day. It's great when we find these win streaks and we do have really good trades. That's when we again want to take advantage, maybe even size up a little bit to let our winners run and add more to our winners. But when we see that, okay, markets aren't giving me our common entries, which our common entries would have been maybe a fair value gap, a low volume shelf, whatever the case is, it's giving us more of range entries where we want to buy the lows and sell the highs. Now, if that's the case, I don't want to buy in the middle of nowhere. I want to buy the lows or possibly sell the highs. $10.55, ladies and gentlemen. 5 minute looks like it's trying to move higher on gold still, but it is still in a range. I would not take any trades on that. ES and NQ finding some nice continuation. 45, 1 hour. Yo, look at that 1 hour wick on the S&P. It's been bearish this whole hourly until like just now. That is insane. Until the past 30 minutes. 10:35, we reversed. YouTube, if you're here, hit that like and subscribe button. If you're new to the Bullish Bears community, I welcome you, and I hope you had a fantastic trading day with us. And again, not every day is going to be a red day. The goal of trading 1 day in, 10 years in, is to develop your strategy further and further, learn something new every day, and shift with market sentiment, right? Understand market structure, learn these different movements, learn what it means if A, B, and C, and just see the patterns that are happening in the market. What patterns do we see right now? Do we see VIX holding continuously? Great, that's what we take. Do we see VIX holding and maybe 5-minute order blocks and higher lows holding on an hourly? Great, then that's what we look for. But until that changes, that's what I'm looking for, right? So we're looking for patterns in the market. We're looking for constructs, and we're looking for something with stability. And patterns have stability in the market. And so do ranges. So take advantage. And look at this. Higher low. This is the weighted index right here too. Another major influence on the ES and NQ, as well as the VIX. Look at that. VIX hit that key level of 1768 and reversed back lower. That's when ES and NQ reversed back higher too. So again, really great stuff, really putting the pieces back together, right? We had all the pieces together for a couple months there, absolutely annihilating the markets. All right, well, the pieces, somebody threw our puzzle on the floor, a couple pieces fell apart. That's all right, we just got to put it back together. We have our risk management, that's what keeps us in the game when these shifts happen. We have our trade setups that we look for continuously, that's routine, that's what we want to look for because we need discipline and something we could repeat in the market. But we want to be able to adjust to changing market conditions. Adjust and adapt. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, I hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of your day. Again, happy December 1st.